I don't even know if that audio is playing or not, but I'm just gonna assume it is. Someone's gonna be like, dude, that shit's too loud. Yo, how is that audio? I swear if someone says it's too loud, I think I'm gonna be actually confused. It's better than before? Oh, thank God. Thank the Lord. Yo, what's up, Matty Ice? What's up, Yalla? Hope y'all doing good, man. You know, I figured something out the other day that I forgot about. We used to do this all the time, but I forgot I can literally just link these to my scanner instead of redoing the list every 5 seconds. So we'll have to do that here in a second. Actually, I'll just do it now. I want last and net change. That's all I care about. Get out of here. And then we'll do this one on this one. Close it. I'm gonna have so many freaking watch lists here. How are y'all doing though? 2150, and then one more. Though it was kind of fun clicking it on my own. This one. Oh wait, no, on this one I need to put volume. I almost forgot. Because I like to filter it by most traded when I do the inside bars. Because sometimes you'll get like 100 of them from the S&P, but I just like to narrow it down to like, honestly, around like 1 million. Anything under that I don't really care for. Even that's kind of low. MMM's under 1 million. Pepsi under 1 million shares. USB's there again. Oh, and then I need to freaking link all of these. There we go. This one can be deleted. Stay. Deleted. Stay. Stay. Which actually I need to back test those again. Okay, well 2 of them didn't even move yet. Okay, literally none of them moved. Let's go. Alright, so we don't need those yet. It's okay. Hey, exactly the person I was looking for. What's up, Alice? What's up, Linwood? Hope y'all doing good. Wait, bro is still live? No, I went re-live again. This is like the second stream. Couldn't you tell by the different colored dots on the stream, dude? Jeez, dude. Colorblind. People in the Netherlands don't believe in blue and red. 2 streams on one day? Yes, sir. I said I was going to start doing these more and more. I know you probably were busy during that, but yeah, we did one the week before. I would check this out. Honestly, it's a pretty good one. I actually got to take a trade from it too, so that was cool. But yeah, these are like my normal streams, and on these we'll just do like chill swing shit, going through my scanners. People could ask questions about the swing strategy, because again, guys, I really do recommend if you're gonna join these streams, to go through some free shit first. There's a bunch of playlists in here that are like honestly 4 different things we actually go through, but the swing trading playlist, this is like one of my oldest ones now. Definitely, I still follow a lot of the fundamentals from these videos. It's funny how like my day trading, like some of my levels have gotten a little bit more crisp, or like our theoretical behind it has gotten a little bit better, but my swing strategy has not changed a bit. And I don't even like to say my swing strategy because I'm sure there's a ton of other people who use a similar strat but in a different way. But I've definitely been using this for like 4 or 5 years now, and I've definitely seen a rise in popularity of people using this strat. But I also see people failing to use it correctly, and it's because they don't use candlestick patterns. If you're just going off the EMAs, you're gonna fuck yourself. My mic is kind of quiet. Son of a gun. Hold up. Still in the house. Howdy, Chief. What's up, Sam? Damn, we got a lot of people in here, honestly. When I do these later day streams, I expect to get, like, nobody in here. Except, like, you know, a few of my homies. Which watch list? Alf, my bad. I'm gonna go through all of these. I go through all of them. Well, the main ones. So best shit ever. These are just like the investments that we always talk about in here. Like a lot of us are long bull, so I have bull up here. I'm pretty bullish on UPS and have been for a long time. Honestly, since Miker brought it up during this consolidation a while ago, I've been focused on it. Or not Miker, Mike T. Sorry, I keep mixing them up. But Miker, that's who I got that one from. So shout out to him. Fig. I'm trying to remember if this was Sand. I think it was Sand Dollar who told me about it first. But this is basically the next Adobe. So it's pretty big. Lamb Weston. Potatoes. Also the potato producer for McDonald's. PayPal, largest payment processor in the world, has been for some time, will be for a very long time. Bloom Energy, shout out to Sand Dollar, I believe, again. That was an energy stock with AI. I think this is a drone stock. Target, we like Target a lot. And then I'm still, for the love of God, trying to remember what these last two are. But I know they're important. That's the only reason they're still there. But yeah, and I honestly really do like Target for long swings. I just don't know if we should be taking those now or waiting for a better buy over here and then getting like end of next month. Yeah, like a 100 strike or a 105. That honestly wouldn't be that bad. And then play the long con of this slowly rising back up. That could be a good play. I kind of like that one a lot. It's kind of the same look with UPS, except UPS has done their initial move now, and they're rejecting the exact little purple line I just randomly threw up because we like this area for a potential retake, and of course they're rejecting it. So we'll have to wait on that, make for a better higher low. But yeah. And then our Excel sectors, you guys already know those. These are just a bunch of charts I just go through. And honestly, these are all like add and drops from streams. So we'll go through some of those, I guess. This first scanner that I go through, I'll have to put on some indicators to show. This is from the Swing Strat. Let me pull it up. So I'll put on the main two to just kind of show you what we're focused on. So this first scanner scans for all things between the 9 and the 21. I'm using the 8 to make it a little bit more strict, but basically what we're looking for, though, and this is a bad example, but I just want to show you an example. You're looking for breaks under the 9 to the 21. That's just the simple first step of the strat. Second part of it is 21 to the 50. But most of our trades, we're going to be looking for trades from the 8 to the 21. So what you're looking for, and also you need patterns. Again, a lot of people just do that on its own, and they have a huge fail rate, and it's because they don't go for the setups that actually make sense with the candlesticks in front of them, right? So if I have a break under the 9, but I've had higher lows all this, it's like I might not buy that short. I might wait for a better dip buy, right? Vice versa, too. If we're making lower highs and we're breaking into the 8 EMA, okay, that's a good potential short swing. And then that last watch list, if that's what you're interested in, that's just inside bars. So days that are inside of the previous session. And then I filter it by volume. So whenever I'm going through this, I'm not just looking at the biggest crap first. And you'll see there's actually a lot of big names in there. We got AMD, Apple, Google, Bank of America, the other Google as well, Uber, CRM, Target. Some pretty big names on the left side. Adobe, speak of the devil. Las Vegas Sands, do I dare say your name in 2025? Like that. I would have loved this big ass red candle to not exist, but this looks good for short swings. What's the next EMA? You know, is there another EMA here? I almost promised the 50's like right here bouncing, or it's like right here over the top of its head now. Let's see. But that's just like the basic fundamentals of it. Oh, 55, sorry. Yeah, right over its head, just like I thought. It's either going to be like right there, right there. It's always one or the other. So that's like a setup that you could see as already done. Now there is a further extent to this that I don't like to dip into because it's honestly just so much work. But Sherman is honestly, this is why I commend Sherman on this. Sherman puts on the 100 and the 200 to make even further swings down. Like when UNH took that big dip and it just kept selling and selling and selling for months, he was actually able to break that down step by step between those EMAs with candlestick patterns. And it's using the context of them, right? Like you see how there's like some lower highs right here, some more lower highs right here, and then it kind of breaks up right here. You know, that's not like a super high favored trade until we see like a break of this, you know, and then you're looking for retest under that because of your recent context. So there's a bunch of things that go into it. But those are the 3 watch lists that we'll be looking at. And let me know if there's a different one you wanted to look at, but I'm pretty sure I covered most of them. And then off of just pure like muscle memory, I'll probably go through a lot of your top weights just because it kind of makes sense to go through them. I like to get a good look at what SPY, Triple Q, IWM are doing, and then I go look at those individual setups and I'm like, okay, I'll risk this, right? And I also wanted to point that out because this is a really big thing. So the reason we lost MO today, this is normally something you see is not a staple stock. One, our entry pulled up before end of day, so that was one. But 2, this did actually have a good green day because of the pullback on a lot of your bigger parts of the market. This is one of those stocks that will catch like a. It's not a staple stock, but it will act like that sometimes. So that is something that could have not favored us. But let's go through some. I'll quit yapping. Bro, these are great. This is exactly what I've been looking for, trying to get my account over 20 for Camsing. Oh, well, I mean, I've been doing swings for a few weeks now. I've been doing it for years, but I definitely took a big break towards the end of last year and big chunk of the beginning of this year. So, I'm bringing it back, though. Honestly, I just needed that huge mental break. It was a lot. You got to remember, for like 6 years straight, I've been literally just posting and updating. But we're back. We're good. This is actually the streams I prefer to do. If I ever have a day where I don't stream, I would prefer to miss the morning stream and do this stream instead. But that's not feasible. More people will watch the morning streams. Because it makes sense. Market's open, market's hot. People like that first part of the day. And I don't blame them. They should. Let me read a few more here and then I'll get to charting. Oh, that's right. Compact Energy Supply Company, among other things. Yeah, that's right. With the AI data centers. There you go. What were the other two, though? What was the NVT one, $10? Thank you for reminding me, though. I am bad on those. I just remember who helped me find those. And then I'm like, yes, I like it. Open, loaded up, and trucking. You're doing open today? I actually had that on my other watch list because of you. Lately, I've been adding and dropping a lot of tickers because people like Username and Sanddollar and Robert Taylor specifically always share a shit ton of really good tickers. Woots as well. Woots has been doing that a lot recently. A lot of really good tickers get shared, and it becomes a lot, so you just got to filter through them. But I actually really do like open because before I was saying this looks good for potential breakdown, and they've actually retaken that. So really good job that we didn't jump into shorts on a stock that's in an uptrend. See, this is another good example. You could even check it in Discord. I posted this looks good for shorts, but I'm not entering yet. And I'm glad I didn't. This had everything to tell us to go short, except what? The fact that we're on the top of a flagpole. This thing's been going up like crazy, so of course it's going to have upward momentum. So short setups have lower probability even when you have everything going your way. Logically, that should be how we all function. But it's not always going to be like that when you're trying to enter, because it doesn't seem so clear all the time. But yeah, I actually really like your open calls. I'm probably going to join you on that, actually. Which ones you get? October 17th.
I have my other screen over here, so I enter there. October 17th. What's wrong with the 24th? Absolutely nothing. Okay, it is like a 50% increase in price. Are you doing the 10s or the 11s? I'm assuming you're doing the 10s. Let me see what you said. Oh, 11. Okay, bet. 11. No, 11's perfect. I think I'm going to do the 11 for the 24th. Can I post that in my channel, Sandollar? Is that cool? I'll tag you as well. I'm really big about giving credit where it's due. I don't like to be like that. Like, if I'm like, yo, I caught this fucking PayPal play. Thank you, guys. I caught this on my, like, I promise you, I've probably heard someone in chat also mention it. And I will give credit when I see that. Swing. I don't even know if people like the way I've been posting these, but I think it's clean. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the 24th, but honestly, either week is fine. And the price makes sense for buying a week out compared to 2 weeks out. Excuse me. 0.63. Stop loss. Honestly, stop loss on this probably needs to be that 50% level, but that's a little too close. I have it typed out, but I'm not going to send it yet. I'm going to say this last high or low under that level. The meat of it. Or the low of it. What was that? 870? I'll just say 870. It's a fair enough amount of room. We'll see if that actually pans out. I have it typed out, not sending it yet, but I will have it there. Let's go back through here to the daily and go through the scanners again really quickly. Oh, wait, hold up. We gotta look at SPY first. What are we doing? Oh, wait. We don't need to. We already know what it's doing. We're just still holding around that low, but it's funny because the only thing we ever really buy off of when we're not buying off of this EMA is your 21. So I would like that to be clear. And it's funny because I didn't even turn this on when I was making that statement last week or the week before saying buy on this candle. Like, this is a buyer candle because of where it sat. I didn't even see it held the 21. That's pretty cool. And it's funny, we had that whole discussion in today's stream. I didn't turn on any of the EMAs, and we talked about this candle because we were just focused on just the price action to kind of show that side of things. When you throw these on, it makes it a little bit smoother and easier, but it also kind of hides a couple things that are a little bit more technical, in my opinion. Like the 50-50 candle getting a bullish candle after it. That in itself is bullish, right? People weren't bullish until like this candle or this candle. That's why we went up more, and now we're getting trapped, you know? So now they're trying to do the other thing, but to the other side. They're trying to trap people from thinking we're going down more so we can go up more until we see something change. That something is the break of this hammer. It's the break of this level right here, 667.34. So if we see a break of this area and any kind of test under this with like hammers or something, this would be a really good short opportunity. But we haven't gotten that yet. Haven't even gotten step one, right? People think step one has already started because we have a big red candle today. Whoop-de-fucking-do. We had 3 of those. We had 3 big days go down. Still got bought back up. We have 4 days sitting in the same spot. Between kind of like a $4 or $5 range. So you could see this as a buyer still. Honestly, this is still pretty buyer friendly until this area breaks. So everybody should honestly mark this. I want everybody right now to open up a new SPY chart and mark these 2 levels right here. These are going to decide direction over the next day or two, probably. I say probably because, you know, things could change. You know, who knows? At end of day, we could have a fucking 5% drop, you know. I'm just saying, as of right here, right now, that is what I'm seeing. So we're still above a spot where buyers can take complete advantage. Ignore the EMAs in the smaller time frame. But yeah, so I still see this as buyer friendly until this area breaks. And if that breaks too, we talked about this in today's stream, you have some really easy levels to draw. We have that 50% that could be a really, really close first initial target. Also, you could kind of set that up as like a trigger If this area breaks and we happen to just kind of open range under this, probably will see a pullback. That's a couple good indications combined, not just one, not just two, giving yourself a few things to kind of use. So everybody needs to mark those two levels right now. And then I have this level up right now, 670.41, because that is the 50% of today. Well, it's changed now, but at the end of the day, that is going to be your other most important level. Let's say we don't go down at all tomorrow. We don't have a lower open. We don't have anything like that. Let's say we have a flat or a higher open. Where are we going to go hit, guys? We're going to go hit this first. This is our first most important level to look at tomorrow. Of course, if we don't make any new lows or new highs today, that is what it looks like. So game plan, still bullish as long as we're above this. Can also use this as kind of a short-term trigger with that 50% from that big-ass green candle. For kind of a more clear indication of, yeah, we're pulling back. Not just using just one area by itself. And then if we do go up, where are we going to bump our heads first? And if we get over this, can we go more? Because we just have all-time highs above us. Which, on that case, I would draw your supply of your 5-minute there for your highs. So let's go to that. So that would be the top of your last high to the open of your last green candle. Which is perfect, because that's actually today's open. So we'll extend that over a couple days or weeks. And now this is what our game plan looks like. So if we do happen to keep going, where can we bump our heads next? The supply of the all-time high on the 5-minute. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for the market right now, guys, in terms of how I chart things, how I look at things, how we look at things here. Let me know if you guys have anything else on that. I'll put a stream marker so I can actually cut that from the stream later and save it. You posted your relic chart? Hold on, I'll go look in a second. I see it. Last week's chart to finally open up. I like these charts a lot. Sandollar, I don't know if you check it a lot or not. I do. But check the Swing Trading TA channel. You'll really like usernames post in there. And I'm not trying to toot anyone's horn, but I have to toot username's horn. This man made the most he's ever made in a single day the other day. And it was off a post just like that. He posted it in the Lifetime Trade Floor if anybody wants to go see how much he actually made. I'm not going to sit here and try to fool people into joining or anything. That's just weird. But definitely go check that out if you have access. Super, super cool if you are in there. But I really like your chart, Sandollar. Thank you for posting that. Cool. Dividend posted some long-term stuff he's in. Showing his long-term account since he's been in the group, and it's up pretty fat. Very cool. Alright, enough glazing my own traders. Time to look at some stuff. Yeah, Woots is posting some bang. Dude, Woots posts bangers all the time, honestly. And you can tell he takes a lot of time. I'm glad. I don't know if he got this from us. I don't like to take credit for any of his success, but if he got any of that from us with the whole like when I get my wins, let me wait a day or two and then I'll get some more wins. He's been doing really well with that because if you noticed, his win rate's really high, but he's also not trading every single day, right? If he sees something he doesn't like, he avoids. And that's honestly a really, really big thing. And I think that also leads to a lot of his success too. He's not just good at just picking bangers. He's also good at avoiding days that he can see don't have the greatest potential. And he has the whole credits spreads going for him too. He's clearly educated in the spreads. I'm not. I know like naked spreads. I don't know like all the advanced. And I know some of the technicals of some of the more advanced ones like condors. Condors like a big net around price basically. But that's all deeper shit. But yeah, he's been doing great. I'm really happy for him. Let's go to Meta since Ayala said it first. So just to give context on what I've said about this in the recent past is I was bearish on this since this candle. But I would have stopped shorting over here. When I see this candle, I would have chilled an inside bar. And then I had a red candle to follow it. So we wouldn't have known until the next day that it was going to continue to fall. It did keep falling. Jesus. Some scary candles, too. You got some long wicks on the end of each of these days. Same one here, giving us that higher open. So I don't know. Meta is one of those charts that's kind of teetered off. When you compare like Meta, you can't just compare it to its own sector. You have to compare it to a lot of the biggest market weights. Like in its own sector, you have Google, of course. Netflix. You can see Google's near its all-time highs. Netflix kind of cascaded away from them, sort of like Meta. They kind of remind me of Microsoft a little bit before this recent rise in price. And this is a big reason I posted Microsoft in chat and on Twitter. It wasn't really to be like, oh, I called out Microsoft going up. It's just because like there's clear buying here, and there's still a lot of room toward that all-time high, right? And a lot of your bigger weights are at all-time high. Apple at all-time high. SPY at all-time high. Triple Q at all-time high. Like, so a lot of your bigger weights, if they're not catching up, they might eventually. So it's good to keep those on watch, even if you don't catch it right there in that exact moment. You know, maybe it's next week, maybe it's a month later. So sometimes you just need time to see those catch up. But that was kind of fun to see in real time. That looks like a good short. Every time I see JCI, it has to be the Southern American in me. But every time I see this, I'm like, bro, James Coney Island has a ticker. And then I realize it's not James Coney Island. I love his post. I wish my other things I do would let me visit that market. No, yeah, you got all the time in the world, man. Honestly, and with usernames post, you really can just like take your time. I only took one of his plays so far, and I'm not gonna lie, it was probably one of my biggest gains of the year. So I'm genuinely just kind of pacing myself when I take his trades because he does call out really, really good potential charts. It's just you can't pick every single one he throws out there. You gotta really find the ones you also enjoy and find something you also see in it. Because if he's just bearish on something and I'm not, I'm not going to have it as easy time in that trade as he will. Damn, NASDAQ looks pretty good for upside. See, like, this one would have been a good short. Oh, wait. No, not that one. This one would have been a good short today. Now, I don't know if we're going to short Seagate, but could have definitely taken that under that last high. $66684. Which one is that? What is 66684 from? Is that a gap halfway point or a previous day point? Oh, it might have marked wrong on my chart actually. No, it didn't. Well, at least we're close. You probably have that from that other day, don't you? I'm not gonna lie, this is why I was saying SPY high or low still look good. It's just you might not get it in this first move. It might be this last part of the day that this goes back up. Or not. Might just range trade the rest of the day under this little high right here. Let's look at the next one because I didn't see much on that first one I liked. So these will be between the other EMAs, the further ones. So a lot of these are mostly moves that have already kind of happened, but sometimes you'll find one kind of lurking that hasn't made its move yet. Like you could argue Avgo needs to break down towards to fill this gap or even this high, but it's already came down here once and it's trying to hold again. So it's actually probably looking for a higher low, not a lower high. I have seen a lot of banks. We've talked about this in some of the streams. I've been talking about banks pulling back for a couple weeks now, and I think we're finally starting to see it finally pop up together. Sometimes you'll just see one go without the other. Some of them will have earnings very soon, which kind of sucks, or dividend payouts. But AXP looked good for more downside. Bank of America looked good for more downside just based on candlestick patterns and what we're seeing with these lower highs breaking down. But those have earnings coming up soon, so you got to be careful. Also, like I said just now, they don't always go down together. Sometimes you'll see like two go down and then the rest of them go down the next day or the next week. Or some of them made their move in overnight move or in the morning. It's really weird. Chipotle, Jesus. Who remembers Chipotle before the split that they finally got? God, dude. I would have so many people come to my chat be like, yo, Bueller, why is Chipotle $1,000 stock? Dude, this one again. I was like, this one looks good for a short. This one's on both scanners. With a pretty good bearish candle. I don't really know FT&T that well. Isn't this like a gaming company or something? Or a gaming magazine or something? Or something. I'm probably way off on that. Oh yeah, never mind. I was way off. They're the firewall company. But this one doesn't look bad for some short term to like this higher low right here. That could be a good overnight. Not that crazy to be honest with you though. I did artwork on that one. See JPM too, another bank looking like it's about to teeter off again. Coca-Cola liquidity grab buy possibly. Is this into earnings? Oh yeah. Good movement up before earnings, could very possible on Coca-Cola. Morgan Stanley, see another bank looking like it's trying to teeter. So all the banks are trying to do the same thing right now. Which I guess you could interpret that either way. Is it a fake out or are they actually just about to have a crazy... Like, they could have a really bad red day tomorrow or we're about to see all inside bars on banks. Inside bars are big red days. That's two of your bigger probabilities for the bank stocks, for the bank charts tomorrow. So those could be potential shorts. But again, don't really know if I like the market looking like it's going to go up a little bit more with those looks. TTD did great, by the way. I know we didn't do the greatest on our personal swing, but our call out did great. There's a few charts like this too. I know a lot of you have some of those on watch, like your UPSs, your Targets, your Costco's, your I said UPS already, but there's a bunch of those charts like that. And I know most of my chat has those on watch too, so we're good on that. Our inside bar list is pretty crazy today, by the way. AMD with almost 100 million volume today. That's going to be a crazy one to watch because I think a lot of people are going to try to trade the first thing that happens, and I think that's what's going to get faked out. So if it goes down first, I could see it getting a hammer that same day. Vice versa. If it goes up, if it gets a higher open, probably see it pull back to this again. So that'll be a fun one to watch for smaller time frames. Apple is a crazy one too. If anybody's been watching Apple, because we've just been sitting under all-time high supply the entire time, and I think it's again back to our other conversation. We said it's probably a lot of people trying to jump in early before it actually makes its move with the market. The market's been struggling the past couple weeks to get over their highs. You have Apple struggling to get over their highs, but they're not breaking anything lower yet either. So they're in the exact same seat as SPY right now, bumping their head and not really losing any ground under their feet. So very slow, meticulous higher lows being made. Very, very slow. I can understand some people's frustration with all that. We'll just add these here so I don't have to keep clicking. And now we can just go through some bigger weights. The more fun charts to look at. Talked to you about Microsoft upside. Still kind of watching for Apple to see if that's... Which, again, if Apple makes its all-time highs, that you have to assume Microsoft will be pushing over 533.50s into their all-time highs as well. So those could be two good watches together. Amazon, we tried to jump on shorts yesterday, failed. It actually went up, but we didn't make any money on the contracts because of the volatility. So that was a big loss. Not a big loss. It was a big no-no, but it was a good loss. It's like 16, 20%. Actually, I might be lying. What percentage was that? Oh, yeah, it was. I wasn't lying. Minus 16%, yeah. So not a bad loss, honestly, but still, it kind of hurts because it was like, damn, we got such a good entry. We just didn't get any follow-up, but all good. We move on. And I'm honestly proud of our losses. All of our losses have been swings that make sense. So far, we haven't lost on a lotto. I've only called out like 3 lottos, but I'm trying to keep it that way. So when I actually post a lotto, you know, it's actually taken seriously. If you just post lottos every day, like, come on, man. I can go to the gas station and buy a scratch off any day. Costco, see, it's like one of those charts where it's dipping, looks like higher lows. I'll be honest though, off the rip, I don't see anything besides open that Sand post that looks good for like a quick overnight swing. I'll be honest. Everything else looks like they need a little bit more time, and I kind of said that yesterday too. But I won't lie, there's a lot of good setups here, and there's going to be a lot of good scalps tomorrow because of this. Like, I think this should be your #1 chart for tomorrow. SPY. Because of what I just explained. We can go back and go over that again if anyone needs to, but that's pretty in-depth and pretty clean. Pretty clear-cut. It's not like it's some crazy hard plan to understand. On this chart, it would look a little bit like this. Actually, let me just delete all this crap. It would look a little bit like this. That level's a little bit off. It's okay. Which it's funny, when you draw this on SPY, it's from this candle to the top of this one, but on triple Q, it's from this one to this one. So now we have all the little targets, and then we can add our bottom of our candle there for our other little barrier. And then our 50%. Oh, that's definitely what I meant to draw. So now we have exact same charts on triple Q and SPY. We have the exact same setup on both charts. Different numbers, of course, but the levels and everything is literally the exact same. I guess we could make this a little bit more accurate now. That's if nothing changes. Tomorrow pretty much relies on how we open and what levels we can get past. Because if we open lower, it'll more or less be seen as a buy the dip until we see a break of this level. If you see a rejection of this, a break of this, and they're working towards this and breaking under that, that's probably an even larger pullback day. If we see a flat open, higher open, any dips that get bought from here, they need to work towards this level. And if they get over this level, then we're probably working towards that. Let me get it. Oh, it's right here. I don't have to go anywhere. The high to the open of the last green candle, which is about right there, but I think I'm just going to cheat and grab the open because why not? It's another important level. Oh, okay. And now we have the exact same chart as SPY. Sorry. Now we're all good to go. So SPY triple Q, I think these should be our biggest focuses for scalp plays tomorrow. IWM could be taken advantage of too. It's insane how easy this chart can be some days. You take your eye off it, that's the day it's going to do its thing. But it did really good with SPY today in triple Q. If not even better. But yeah, so these should be somewhat easy to navigate tomorrow. SPY, triple Q, IWM, that is. Are we scared or just holding cash? What do you mean? Scared or just holding cash? I mean, everybody's different in here. There's some people in here that are in swings and stuff. I'm just going over what the general basis of what we should be looking at tomorrow for scalps. But it's kind of fun because you can look at it from the daily time frame, and it's actually kind of simple. Makes sense when you put it like that. But no, you should definitely not be scared. You're still bullish as long as we're holding this area here. I was just going over the micro, you know, going down to the smaller time frames. What should you do if you're not swinging anything? Is there any big news tomorrow? I don't think there's a bunch of crazy news this week because of the government shutdown. So we're not getting as much data as we're supposed to be getting. The minutes are tomorrow. That's pretty big, or could be big. The Fed meeting minutes. And then the next day, Thursday, you guys have a Powell pre-recorded speech before the open, an hour before the open. That's Thursday. And then Friday sentiment. So you have oil, meeting minutes tomorrow. Next day, pre-recorded Powell. So pretty light, honestly. IWM did fill last week. Last week's Thursday, Friday gap. Oh, did they? Oh, you're talking about the gap up. Yeah. Yeah, and I know my chart's a little messy on that one, too. We can clean this up, too, to make it match our SPY and triple Q idea. So let's do that. And this one's funny because it's not either of those candles. So you can see here on the small caps, we haven't even got towards the 50% yet, whereas the other two charts were pretty close to them. Good looks though, they did fill that gap. And that one. All in one day. It's giving you that power hour vibe to move up. Yeah, I mean, SPY does have better probability to bounce power hour today because of that ranging they did all lunchtime and kind of towards the end of the first session and beginning of the last session, really. All right, let me get this fixed. All right, so I'm drawing this as if the day is already done, but of course, if a new low is made, we have to change that level. This one. And then I need to draw this. No. Come on. And then we need to get that higher low, which theirs is a little different, as you can see. Theirs is like right here, which probably matches up with that, so we don't have to draw that. Let's draw that out a little bit. And there we go. So you have your more important levels already kind of mapped out. Keep it clean. Of course, EMAs in smaller time frame kind of cringe. But on the daily, it does help you out a little bit. Also, you can see the indifferences between them. Like, these are still testing to their 8. This is already hit it and bouncing. Oh, I remember this watch list. I was like, what is this? This is the one we did from the first stream. From the last week's swing stream. Here's your Oclo Sand Dollar. Freaking killing it. UNH too. I know we were like timid on that one, but that one did keep going. And then Starbucks. We did good on potentially getting this higher low called out, and it did its thing. But inside bar into a huge pullback. So Starbucks back to square one. We'll keep that on the watch list though, because that one is kind of fun to watch. And then I think we had this on the watch list to see if it would fail under. But they ended up making higher lows. They're just still kind of trading within this candle. I know they popped out a little bit right here, but they're just stuck. You got like a triple inside bar right here. And thanks, guys, for joining the stream. I'm not reading the chat as much. I'm trying to a little bit in between. If you guys have any tickers you want us to look at, throw them out. Please keep them, you know, reasonable. Please be on the NASDAQ or the S&P. Don't link me a penny stock. If you guys have anything else to add on to anything I've already covered, please feel free to share. 1 second. eBay, that's a name I haven't heard in forever. If you would have told me to guess the stock price of eBay before I clicked on the chart, I would not have gotten close. I would have been off. Just getting some super basic levels. Those were just monthly emerging candles and then all-time high. And then honestly, it'd be kind of pointless not to mark that. Are you looking for eBay short-term upside, I'm assuming? It does have that weird Oclo look, dude. I don't know how you're so good at these. It has that look where it's like, oh, buyers are tired here. But in reality, it's the sellers that are tired and it's about to gap up. This is just like his Oclo setups. I never understand them and they always gap up. This, it literally happened right here. It's like, oh, they're tapping out here. Nope. Oh, they're tapping. Nope. They're tapping out here. Nope. Still holding. That's another good example from a sand dollar pick. I don't understand all your plays, but some of them fucking kill it. You took your gains on eBay first time you traded calls. You're looking for a re-entry. I would definitely say wait to see what happens after this candle, because that's a pretty big wick up. So there's definitely some buyer presence here. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I really, really, really like this like hold right here, and I love that they broke and retook it for liquidity grabs, because there's a lot of buyer presence right here. So that wick makes sense actually. Yeah, I guess that could be kept on watch for more upside towards the really just the 100 mark. 98s and 100. You did that last week? Good shit. I think I remember you mentioning that. Or bringing it up or something. Probably to tell us how much we suck. But no, that's not a bad chart. Let me know when you get that re-entry. Me totally not riding Sand$'s momentum. I guess I'll keep open on watch for a little bit longer. Before I post. You need sleep? Me no sleep. You're like Tobias. Tobias never sleeps either. That's okay though, you're a busy man. I'm listening to this music with y'all, by the way. I don't know how this playlist is called City of Gamers. This doesn't sound like something a gamer would listen to. Yo, one of these months we just need to make the switch to Twitch. But watch, that'll be when Twitch fails. The switch to Twitch. I don't know, I like YouTube a lot more. But the streaming aspect is definitely nicer on Twitch. Well, duh. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about other things too, feel free to ask. It doesn't have to just be swing related. I know that's what we're here for, but if you guys have anything else. Time for me to relocate. Thanks for watching. No problem, man. Thank you for being here. I'll probably do these a little bit more here and there. I'm trying to do them where I start at around 1, the last 2 hours of the day, and then I end them a little bit before the close. Just because, we don't need to go into the close with any of this. But it leaves me extra time in case somebody has other things they need to talk about. I've gone over a ton of trade reviews, too, so if you guys have trade reviews, feel free to share them in the chat, and I'll pull them up, but those have been fun to look through, too, because honestly, a lot of you guys are just kind of killing it. There's not even really much trade reviewing, it's just like me rereading your success. I've been seeing a lot of really good wins in there. Scalps specifically, I've been really enjoying those. Yeah, it probably is $. I'm only ignoring it because we were in a swing yesterday, so I'm just not putting myself in a double dip situation. But it does look good for more upside. I like Amazon a lot. I think Meta deserves a little green day too, but that's just me. It looks too bearish to go to keep going down unless the market goes down tomorrow. But I do agree with you. I'm not trying to be biased. I wanted to let you know the context. Not trying to be a hater. Ooh, Oust. Oust, you're in the stream, right? Debit calendar spread. Soft stop is set at 360.90. Hard stop 350. Okay, so this limits your profits, but it also limits, or it gives you like big protection. That's what I'm seeing. Like, you're not going to be able to make like $1 billion if this gaps up, you know, a shit ton or whatever, but you could make good profits while limiting downside risk. Is that what I'm seeing here? So it's a good defensive long, is what I'm reading. Oh, you are in here. See you later, Sandella. Have a good one, man. Thanks for being here. Sometimes we buy the bias. I actually just had UNH up on the screen, but I was saying too, I know I have all this junk on it right now, but I was saying too, recently in the past couple weeks, I've actually been saying this looks good for more upside. There was actually a day in here where I was looking for shorts, and then I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't, because it just kept curling up. But I'm not going to lie, it does look good for more upside. I have this important area above its head that I've been waiting for it to go test. Kind of towards the 380s, 390s. Yeah, still huge upside. It barely covers the... Oh, it barely covers the downside. If it's a slow move up... Oh! Okay. I'm getting this a little bit more now. So you bought the 380 for the obvious upside, and then you're selling the 385 in case it goes... I see how this works. Slightly more risk than I'd usually go for, but it's still within my parameters. So let's see here. So you like this basically as long as it doesn't break this higher low. This right here. Damn, so we kind of want it to chop up to this then. That's what we want. A chop up would be nice. Obvious, I wouldn't complain about a gap up though. Yeah, obviously. I'll be honest with you. I like this a lot. I was someone who was like shorting this a lot on its downfall, and I haven't really been paying attention to it a whole lot. Just a little bit here and there on its recovery back up, because I'm in that tone where it's like, all right, it's done its damage. It probably needs to go back up a little bit. So got to take that bear out of you, allow that bull to have a chance. But now this is a good setup. I like that you have that little. You're selling the 385. Because you're kind of like limiting how fucked you can get. But I hope it gaps up for you. I hope you get that tomorrow. I really like the open play here by Sandollar too, I won't lie. I think I'm going to get these contracts at 0.60. $10.24.60 or no, $10.24.60 strike. $10.24.11 strike, $60. What is this song? Get the fuck out of my ears, dude. Is this song trying to like depress us? What? How is it a gamer playlist? This whole time I was like, what am I hearing? No, that was a little too much. I was getting sad listening to that song. Like, what the hell? I actually had a personal question for you guys. When I post these swings, do you want me to tag at here or at everyone or nothing? Do you just want me to post it in my channel? Because I don't mind not bugging people, spamming them. I know it's literally a Discord server and it's literally meant for notifications, but I hate getting spammed too sometimes, so I could totally understand it. But yeah, y'all let me know. Am I supposed to be tagging everybody or not? It's making you dizzy? Yeah, this one's fucking with me too. Hmm. Oh, man. It also sucks because I can't tell which ones are non-copyright, and it does matter. I mean, I'm not going to get a copyright strike. YouTube's very chill. They know I'm not clicking the ad button, playing people music they're not supposed to be listening to, but it would be nice if there was better music on here that didn't suck. This is non-copyright, and I already want to rip my ears out. And I'm serious. I can't tell if this is non-copyright or not. Top comment of this one is stop scrolling the comments and get back to your work. You have goals. You have a purpose, and you're here for a reason. The world needs you. Heart emoji. Okay, dude. Motivation under a non-copyright playlist that I can't even tell if it's non-copyright or not. I'm gonna go back to this one, but we're gonna not let that last song play. That was mad depressing. That'd be great. Keep tagging. Okay, I just had to ask because sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know if they need to be seeing me tag them 3 times. And then in the morning, I don't always tag when I'm taking profits or like cutting either, but it's just because I'm literally replying to the post I spammed y'all on. So sometimes I do that too, but I didn't know. So I'll just keep tagging, I guess. That's why I also place the kind of like stop loss beforehand. Because it's like, I want people to understand where I'm looking for this play to fail. Take it at your own, risk or, exit when you want. Don't just follow everything I'm doing, but that's why I do that too. Because I don't want, let's say I don't show up tomorrow. I'm like, I'm just going to sleep in. Like, you should still have an understanding of where you're getting out without me. I don't like to just be like, guys, follow every literal thing I'm doing, or you will fail. Like that's not how you help people. Who knows? All the people I've helped in the chat too, like so many of them have like surpassed me and have like come up with their own plays and their own little things. Like it's just so badass. I think too many people take that shit to heart and they're like, "Oh my god, you're not following everything I'm doing though." Dude, I don't give a shit. Woot's username, Alst, like all these guys posting plays, Garden with her like before the market's even open or the night before with her charts, like just seeing that stuff is just nice. Because you can see people are getting ready for their own little setups and it's just kind of nice. And if I'm like, yo, I caught that too, like it's just so much more sick because they were thinking about it on their own and I was too. It's just kind of nice. We can help each other out, but we don't have to be piggybacking. Honestly, I was lost in my own world until the open call out pinged my phone. My eyes were open, but nobody was home. The lights were on. That's funny. I am pick. Oh, I didn't even give Sandollar credit. Whoops. How dare I? And then, yeah, like I said earlier, I think Spy, Triple Q, IWM need to be everybody's top 3 watches tomorrow for potential scalps. These are all set up in very, very clear spots for trading tomorrow. I'd like to find another swing, but I can't complain. Besides open. I think it's time to post the inside bar watch list. It is a little after 2 now. AMD passed 100 million. There we go. I'll do it down to LVS. Oh, I can move this back to normal. If price doesn't go below 245.69 on Goog, we'll have an inside bar on the day. Say swear. I never remember which one is which, but I'm pretty sure Google is the one with voting rights. I'm pretty sure Goog is the one without, but I could be wrong. Could be the other way around. But that's the main difference between them. Pretty smart, actually. Not every company could do that, though. Like, what is this song? Are we rocking our babies to sleep? Like, this is not a gamer playlist. What? Every song sounds the same. I'm about to play copyright music and just say, fuck this stream. This is crazy. It's Nardle, baby! What's up, Nardle? I'm going to Microsoft right now. Wasting no time. Okay, so just to give you recent context, because I did go over this already, and have been for a little bit, we've just been looking for short-term upside. Now that it's hit this, I'm kind of waiting to see if it follows Apple or not now, to be honest with you. But good looks on the inside bar for Microsoft. That's a big ticker. I'm sorry, guys. I got excited. Nardle baby's here. Nardle knows how to vibe. How have you been, though, Nardle? I know we've kept up a little bit here and there in the DMs, but I'm happy to see you here. I'm trying to find something I dropped on the ground. What you got, though, on Microsoft? You are correct about the IB, and this could be a good watch for that. I am, seriously, though, 100% watching that alongside Apple because of how Apple's setting up. Two different spots of the charts, but that would allow Microsoft to start working towards their all-time high. Not saying it will hit it, but you have an inside bar here on Apple, too. Very interesting. I think the indecision is getting to everybody. It's funny, though, too, because we have clear decision-making here. Like, yes, sellers have somewhat shown up, but it's just exhaustion. This is still buyer-controlled until we see any kind of break of this. So tomorrow could be a big day. We talked about the potential forward thinking on it. If we get kind of a flat open or even a higher open, going to be working towards this day's halfway point, which this is not 100% accurate. This day's not over yet. If we do end up getting a flat open or even a lower open or even just a flat open into a pullback, you know, we'll be looking at this area for further breakdown. And you have this actually on all three charts. SPY, Triple Q, and IWM. All of the same setup. A little bit different looking because of their price action being different, but all the same look. Apple was a double inside bar? Oh my god, it was. Someone give Garden a cookie. That was a very good eye. Honestly, I don't know why I thought that was higher when I quickly glanced at it, but you were right. Is that an outside bar? It's chart's crazy. Overall good, trading not the best, but working on it still. Take your time, take your time. And honestly, if you have any time, I know all of us have like jobs and stuff and we're busy. But definitely go into the chat and interact, engage. I know I've seen you do that before. I'm just reminding. It's not like it's your first time here. But definitely tune in to some of the conversations there, especially when the market's hot. I know not all of us can be there, but it is fun to review. And to Nardle, actually, I'm glad you're here. You definitely 100% need to be checking Swing Trading TA and Lifetime Trade Floor. Like, every day, go check that whenever you have time. Quick, 2 minutes. It is definitely for you. I think you'll like it a lot. Will do? Awesome. I personally took one of those plays and made pretty good money. I'm not here to boast. Pretty good plays. And it's from Username. Username's been killing it. But I think you'll enjoy some of his styles of post too, because he does a lot of the same thing I do, but he definitely goes a lot more in depth on like his positioning and every little thing that needs to happen, and he's just so on it. But if you ever find yourself struggling, I honestly always fall back to just not trading, and then I just go review other people's posts, and then I kind of get myself pumped up again. But not in a fashion where it's like a basketball game. I'm not trying to get hyped to play a basketball game. We're getting hyped, getting momentum, trying to get back into the swing of things. But thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you're not, scared to be like, yo, I'm struggling. Definitely super cool of you to share that. Nobody needs to be struggling in here. Unless you're just doing your own thing. That's, can't really help you there. But I definitely love when the team gets together, works together on different things. And hopefully we can keep these streams going. I've been doing good so far. Knock on wood. Like this. Garden. What are we listening to right now? Did I just like wake up in a fairy forest? What is happening? The title of that playlist isn't even in English. That's the funny part. I'm totally fucking my algo right now. My feed's gonna be nothing but lo-fi, hip-hop, non-copyright, chill music vibe. I'm so screwed. I can't trust the ones that have like a million views either because they're probably copywritten. I really hate when their backgrounds will be like an ocean. It's like, dude, none of these songs sound like I'm at the ocean. Some of these songs make you think you're back in the Renaissance times. What's up with WBD? Is that Warner Brothers? I do remember something coming out with news. I don't remember what it is, though. There is something that happened. I can't remember it for the life of me. Let's see if I can remember off Google. Oh, I forgot there's a Heat 2 coming out. I don't know anybody who's seen the first Heat movie, but it's pretty freaking good. And it's even crazier too, because there's like cop videos that have come out now where they're like, yeah, we show people this footage because it's like how you actually would feel, or not cops. They show like it's like military footage. Like they show people in the military that shit now, which is crazy, and it's from a movie. Oh, you were looking at the wrong time frame. Fair enough. Yeah, not much I can do with this because easily we could be like, oh, well, it's gonna pull back and hit to 21. I mean, yeah, probably, but do we really want to start talking about how you can short a stock that's on a flagpole? I would like to know, though, what is the news behind this? 9/11, 9/12, 9/15. Tesla breaking down in a big way. WBD, though. I haven't seen Warner Brothers in a while. I'm glad you said that name. Where's Disney these days? Does anybody watch Disney movies anymore? Is that a thing? Besides, like, the hero movies that come out, like Marvel? They've really been a miss or a miss lately. I'm just chilling for a second. I'm going to go over some more charts here in a second. This song makes me feel like I just went back in time. This song makes it feel like your girlfriend just broke up with you before prom. Okay. This could be something. When you have a 4-year-old, you watch Disney movies? Oh, fair enough. They really need to start tapping into that rated R community, man. Disney could hit so hard if they did it. They've tried to like a couple times, and some of them did alright, or maybe they made a movie that was close to it, and it was just so good. But man, they need to just get into that community and just make some banger movies. Make some sick rated R movies. Actually, wasn't that last one rated R? No, I don't think it was. I don't think they do that. What was the last Marvel movie that came out? With all those... It's like all the random people. That movie was pretty good. I can't remember the name of it, though. They're like the other guys of Heroes. Thunderbolts, that's what it was. Thunderbolts. What was that rated? PG-13. Okay. They're riding the line, dude. They need to just make the switch. Imagine a Pixar-style horror anime. Oh my god, dude. Or just a Pixar-style horror just in general. It'd probably be really good. I'm telling you, man, we need Disney and Pixar to step it up. They need to just cross the line already. Stop riding the line. Hear me out, Disney. Like, imagine a Marvel movie, but it's like there's no happy ending. Kind of like the one before Endgame, Infinity War. Like, imagine just like a not happy ending to a movie. That has never happened. They need to do more of those. Or like a villain ending, or shit like that. They need to do more like stuff like that. And quit, for the love of God, trying to remake every movie that came out over the past 50 freaking years. How many princess movies need to be remade? How many Aquaman and Batmans and Superman movies need to be remade? Like, I'm genuinely so tired of these same ideas. Why are we still making new Superman movies in the year of 2025? Bro, in our heads, these superheroes have not moved on from where they began. Like, it's crazy. And now when you bring up, yo, Superman, yo, Batman, you got to bring up the whole, like, well, which one? Which one? Like, no matter what you're talking about now. Yo, which Disney princess from this era? It's just crazy to me. I think that's what I'm tired of, is the remakes. Ghostbusters, dude. Ghostbusters is such a good example. They did a Ghostbusters original, right? Bam, banger. Then we got the classic. Then we got the one with women. Then we got the one with kids. Like, what's the next one? Mythbusters, except all the Mythbusters are ghosts? Like, it's crazy to me. Why are we remaking every literal thing? They could have made so many new things. Like that Thunderbolts movie. That movie, super cool, super original. Didn't have any didn't have Superman, didn't have Batman, didn't have Iron Man, didn't have any of that. Oh yeah, and the live action shit too. That's true. I forgot all about that. Everything has to be live action now. Everything that's been made from the beginning of time to now needs to be remade in live action. Some of them cool, some of them we could have left in the idea book. Talking about remakes, I wouldn't complain about Blue Lock anime being remade in the future with better animation. Blue Lock, is that the soccer one? They're gonna get a live action too? CCL has some consolidation on the daily. Bet. I'll check it out. I have some drawings here, but they're not to the right. A lot of consult. Why do I have that? What is that? Oh, that's probably the monthly or weekly supply. Yeah, it's the weekly supply. Weekly supply. Weekly supply. Okay, we should probably extend those. Well, you're looking in a good area. There's definitely a good area here for consolidation. Not only did they have that high way over there to the left, but all this over here when they came up, kind of consolidated. Actually used it to build up and go higher. So good look, actually. Kind of sucks this is here from earnings. Good looks, though. This is actually another good one. I'm going to have to add this to something. CCL. We need to add this to something so I remember it. That's not a bad find. I could tell you so many funny investment stories about this one. We'll save that for another day, though. Yo, Blue Lock is the soccer one, right? I'm looking it up. Oh yeah, it is. I haven't seen this one yet, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. I'm still trying to finish Dragon Ball Z, man. It's honestly kind of hard to follow. Because the freaking animation's so old. But I won't lie, I did get to this part where my mind has been blown, and I'm like, holy shit, Dragon Ball is actually a lot better than I thought. So I'm kind of locked in again. I won't lie, though, the best anime that has ever existed, though, is One Piece. I've seen every big anime, well, besides Dragon Ball, but I'm watching that now, but it doesn't even compare. One Piece is so freaking good. If you're one of those people who are scared to start it because it's so long, dude, quit being a pussy. Just start it. It is so good. I was locked in 40 episodes in. And I used to be like a Naruto stan, a fucking all that. No, One Piece is so freaking good. Also, my favorite anime, it isn't even one of the big ones, but it's the Full Metal Alchemist. That one's definitely my favorite. But One Piece is the best anime there is. By a fucking mile. Don't let the Attack on Titan stands fucking fool you. Don't let them. You recently started Brotherhood? So good. Dude, that's literally my favorite anime. It's the only anime I have manga for. I own the entire manga. It's by far my favorite. And it's not that long either. You can like watch it and it won't take you forever. It's not that long. And it keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It just never stops. It's so good. I think I just also like the action in it because there's some really cool shit people do. What are you on? What episode are you on? Or what was the last thing you saw? The Elric brothers unite, man. 14? Okay, yeah, you're definitely early on it. Wait, I gotta see if you've seen this one part then. Wait, I think you have seen the part I wanted to talk about. Yep, you have. Dude, you're making me want to rewatch this shit again. Okay, you're there? Okay, so you already saw the girl that got turned into the dog? That's the part I was wanted to talk to you about. That is the creepiest shit in the entire anime. And it's right there in the beginning. It's so creepy. Hot take, the guy who made this... The Chimera is the... Yes, dude, that's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. Is exactly what you're talking about. We're all in the same thing right now. Yes, that guy. It's like the first like smart person he goes to, and then he ends up finding like all his like dark secrets. He's like, wait a minute, your wife left you 3 years ago, but you just got your license again, and you're up for it again, and you suddenly have this daughter and dog that are gone. Where'd they go? That was by far the scariest part of the entire anime. When that dog looks him in the eye and goes, big brother or brother or whatever it says. I can't remember, but it says something, and it's like he just like pauses and he's like, what the fuck? No, we're all on the same thing, yeah. That's cool though. You're about to see some really cool shit though, dude. You're on some good. You're on, I mean, all of it keeps getting better and better. It's that kind of anime that just keeps going till it stops. Dude, I'm glad you're watching it though. It's also just like Naruto in a lot of ways. There's so many people you'll meet that start off as like, oh, this guy's an asshole. I would never be a fan of him. And then by the end of it, you're like, dude, I love this guy. There's so many people like that. Ow. It's like the Daryl from Walking Dead. Like, at first, you're all like, oh, it's just some idiot white trash. And then by the end of the show, you're like, this is the best character ever. No one even compares. Well, for those of us who actually finished Walking Dead, if you actually finished Walking Dead, you're insane. I tried one time, couldn't. There's plot armor, and then there's, like, missing plot just in general. That's why you gotta respect the Game of Thrones fan base, man. They went through all that glory just to end it with that. But now they're getting extra really cool shows out of it. Man, I'm so glad you watched past that part so you knew exactly what I meant. I always talk about that one exact part with anybody that's ever seen it. I'm so glad you've already seen that part. By the way, first time picking up a manga was so confusing. As an American, they read right to left. And it took a second to get used to it, but when I started getting through it, I was like, wow, this is like actually kind of like better. It was weirdly making sense. And they're like better comic books, if anything. A little expensive, though, I'll be honest with you. I would prefer just reading them free online. Alright, in a second, I'm going to go through a couple more charts, and then we'll see what's up. Alright, well, nothing has really changed on Spy that crazy, so don't have to worry about direction as much now for that. Check our scanners one more time. If you guys have anything you want me to look at or talk about, or you have any questions about anything regarding anything that we actually go over in the group, please feel free to throw it out. I need to turn my Emma's back on. Nope. Nope. I really need to just organize this better. Who's got time for organization, though? Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Alright, we need to lower this time frame so I can actually see what we're looking at. And fix this towards not so... There we go. Avgo looks good for longs. I really hate to be that guy. Don't think I'm going to touch those, though. We're already in open. That's another big thing, too. I'm not really big on, like, extra plays. Like, if I'm in, like, a long play, I'm not going to go search for another long play. I never understand that. And I also don't understand buying two of the same exact plays. I've seen people buy, like, they'll buy, like, Apple calls, but then they'll go to the Microsoft chain and buy Microsoft calls. And it's like, brother, if tech goes up, those are going to go up together 9 times out of 10. So you're not really playing any kind of defensive odds there. I won't lie, this looks really good for downside. This is one of those charts, though, that it did so much in the first day. You'd almost be better off betting that it does an inside, and then you trade it that next day. Like, you buy your swing if it rejects this or something, or the 50% of that day. Way the F up there. This could be a good short swing tomorrow, or you could force it today. That's the kind of setup this is. Forcing it just because there is pretty good room to the next EMA. That one's a little iffy, though, just because it is kind of on an uptrend from that gap down. But I would like to point out, this is the 50% of the gap down. So it's kind of rejecting it, back above it, retaking it again. Ah, man, the more I look at this, the more I like it. I hate that. All right, what's the option chain look like? Let's just give it a second. What's the option chain looking like? Oh, Barren Wasteland. Same weeks are not bad on that. Next week's are pretty bad on that. Week after that, impossible. Week after that, even more impossible. Yeah, no, this ain't looking too good. We could backtest this and have like a fun review of like, oh, this should have went down. Let's see if it went down kind of thing. But I don't think I'm going to trade that. That chain did not look too good. If only your same weeks look good on an options chain, ignore that chain. You were playing with fire. Hammer time. Oh, that's NASDAQ again. The excitement in my voice picked up there. Oh. Oh, Ross. I haven't seen this one in forever. We used to swing trade this way back in the day. Back in my day. Back in my day, we walked to work. Union Pacific looks like a pullback, but I mean, pretty obvious. Big red candle. That's it for that first one. Not a whole lot of great choices there, I'll be honest. Ooh, what was that? Oh, that's the banks again. We already talked about the banks. They all look good for pullbacks. I did notice, though, and I know there's not like a bank, but I did see MasterCard didn't look as shit. I think Visa's the same way, yeah. So those didn't look as bad as your actual bank stocks. I like to separate that because they're not the exact same, but sometimes they have a good push and pull on each other, though. Man, should we short a bank? I've said it like 6 times this stream. I think it's too late. I'll just avoid it. Watch tomorrow. American Express, Bank of America. Where are you at, JPM? You were here earlier. Here you are. Okay, JPM pulled up a little. I don't know. I don't like doing daily candles on those. You really have to just stick to like emerging candles on the monthly or weekly. That's not what I meant to do. It's not going to help us much here either. It's worth drawing though. Yeah. Might be a little late to those, but we could definitely pay attention to see what's about to happen. But I'm not joking, man. BAC, AXP, GS, MS, JPM. I mean, they all have the same exact look for downside. Oh, Realty looked good for downside. I don't know if I'd short this with options. This is one of those REITs that pays out monthly. Real Estate Investment Trust. This song makes me feel like I'm at a funeral. Oh, and then the beat randomly drops. What was that? No way a human put that together. No. If you short a bank, I'll be in with you. I respect the loyalty on the play there. I mean, if I did one, it would be BAC or JPM. JPM, though, probably going to be a little bit more costly. And I don't know if I'd let that wick scare me. But they've both done exactly what I said they have to do. They have to have like that initial breakdown. It did. It has to have another rejection of that initial breakdown's halfway point. It did. The only thing it's waiting on is movement under basically 50. So if it breaks 50, your shorts are looking great. if we don't break 50, this is going to have an inside bar, or even worse for our play, a pretty nice green session, considering there's probably a lot of people trying to short this. Or maybe they're not. I have no idea. To be honest, it doesn't look like nobody, like, it doesn't look like everybody's long or short on this, because this candle here, this candle is so indecisive. It's not as small of a body as you'd normally like, but its legs are pretty long on each side. So I feel like it's a 50-50 candle, and this is literally screaming at you to short it, which is funny, because this is kind of doing the same thing these two are doing. This is like a 50-50 with a little bit more bearish intent on the candle itself, and then you have a red candle to follow. No follow through. So it's like there's like just follow through, just waiting, but 50 has to break. If 50 doesn't break, this is a bounce chart. A little weird. I don't know. I think that's why I'm like timid on this one. I guess we could do it. That's not the screen I was clicking. This one, dude. My screen is fucking lagging today. If you ever need help on that, just literally click help and spam collect garbage. A lot of the times it fixes a lot of the little bugs I get. I'll never understand how to fix the bug that happens at the bottom of the screen, though. I know some of you have gotten it. I know I get it a lot because I'm actively charting all the time, but... man, that was annoying. The weekly's at the 9. Monthly's an inside bar. After a very indecisive candle. What is this song? Strap in. Poor Tesla. Oh, also, I always like to shout this guy out. I'm not really on Twitter as much as the rest of these. I'm trying to be nice, these other individuals. But I do like one individual page. Super, super cool. My boy, Mr. Chart Norris. I've shouted him out since he had less than like 3K subs or followers. And he actually posts a lot of similar tickers to me. So a lot of the time when I like see setups I like we've been talking about UPS and Amazon. He literally just reposted those two. So it's kind of nice to see like follow-up information. Also, when I was posting Webull, and going over it with people from our chat, I was going over it like way ahead of time. Like on X, there was nobody talking about it. When I went there, he was the only person talking about it, and I've been following him forever. So definitely, if you're someone who just like scrolling X, I know there's like 1 million people to follow. I highly recommend just following this guy for like extra plays, extra setups, extra stuff like that. He even has a thing you could subscribe to, and you can like get extra stuff. But he posts a lot. He posts a lot of really just good positioning. You can see he doesn't have like 1 million indicators on his screen and stuff. But I actually really like this guy. This is not a paid ad. He's probably not even gonna click on a single stream of mine. But shout out to this guy, though. I always love checking out his posts and stuff. And sometimes when I see something that I'm also looking at or someone mentioned from chat, I'm like, oh, damn, nice. Cool. I'll take advantage of that. So definitely go follow that guy if you haven't already. I've posted his name a ton. All right, which one are we getting, Alice? Next week, 49.50? What are we getting, Alice? I'm gonna put bit riskier in the parentheses because it technically didn't give me what I wanted. 10, 17. You're going 90 plus days? Fuck, I was just going for a week and a half or so. Making me feel poor now. Alright, I'm still going with what I said. 81, I think is what I'm getting at. I like to post this left side stuff too, else just because I notice a really big thing that happens on the internet now, where people will like do this kind of thing. Like you see how this is like a higher low, and this is going up, and this is breaking it, rejecting that, coming down. You could make this look so much more bearish. If I zoomed in like right here, like I could literally be like, guys, guys, is that gonna go down? Like, I see people do that a lot. I'm like, man, like, that left side stuff's kind of important, though. That's just me, though. Watch, Alistair's gonna lose this play. Because I'm not Woots. I won't lie though, the picks this week for swings, and I'm honest about all of this, my picks for swings this week have definitely not felt as confident as previous. Like, this week's picks are not, like, the greatest. I've said that a few times now. Like, these picks are, like, kind of mid compared to the last few weeks. You suck. What's up, Fipo? I'm going 90 plus days and then... Oh, I saw that. That's my jam. Did you download BF6 already? Hell yeah, I did. Pre-downloaded. Yes, sir. I need to add you on my alt because that's the one that has it. I'm only going one con, bro. Huh? Oh yeah, okay, good. No, I just don't. I like to say that because I don't know who's all getting in what. No one really makes that clear with me, so I have to pretty much just like, I'm not even doing it for like insurance or like, oh, I gotta be safe in case somebody finds me being wrong. Like, I don't give a fuck about being wrong. But what I do care about is if someone, you know, joins something with me or they're already in or something. Like, I'm not trying to pressure people. You can come up with your own shit too. But yeah, so do we need a rerun of everything for SPY Triple QIWM, or are we all good on that? Because these are honestly going to be some of the easiest charts tomorrow. I guess we could double make sure our 50% are going to be accurate, considering I did kind of mark them a little early. From here to here. Okay, that one's still good. This one should still be good. Yep. Just triple checking. That one's way off. What the hell was I doing there? I must have grabbed the wrong level. Yeah, we were way off on that one. Oh, got it. All right. Remove that. I guess I could label them. Oh. It's funny. It's like it's weird typing this because it's like previous day 50%, but it's still today. I did it again. There we go. So we've got all-time high supply, which is perfect for SPY because it also lines up with the high in the open. We got the underhand little support here in case we see things get worse. Where's the 50% level at? Where's this one at? Where you at, bud? 66621. That's kind of annoying. And then honestly, for example's sake, where is this? Okay. See, that's a little bit more of what I was going for. Something in between. But I can't ignore them. Oh. Delete that. Back to that. Alright, so now if we do see that breakdown, we do have something down here besides just saying 660. As dangerous as that sounds. So these are our most key levels as of right here, right now. Of course, there's other levels in between. You could be like, oh, what about this gap 50%? You know, it's right there somewhere. Actually, where is that? Damn, that's crazy how that lines up. Another 50% line up there. And then, honestly, just for example's sake, where is this? 671. You could almost add 671 and be like, well, between this area, it should go up. Instead of just saying this level, but this is going to be your most key level to the upside. This will be your most key to the downside going into tomorrow. Same for this chart. Same exact thing. And same for this chart. Same exact thing. Except on these, we didn't add our lower levels, so we can go add some of those now. I think I'll just skip the other one on that one. I did that one. Where does that one go? Way the F down there. There you go. Got yourself a clean little chart now. And for upside targets beyond all-time high, you're gonna have to add a couple different things. Like you already have your major upper levels from our backwards fib. What is my chart doing? Oh my god. What was I saying? Oh, future targets all-time high. So we could almost go from like here to here. And you could say this is a target, that's a target, that's a target. Like you could have really clean targets above if you just mark them yourself. For now, I would chill on that. Oh, I deleted the wrong one. Which honestly, 670, I think it was like 675.88 or something. Like that looks fair. Above this, we go up $3 or $2. Fair. You could even mark off 678. Make it easy for yourself. If we do have that move up higher, very possible still. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, Alst, try to get some better post out for you then. I make it very clear though which one. Like when I found Google, and that was like our second biggest gain. Like if you heard the tone in my voice, man, like it was like, okay, this is like the best thing I've ever seen. You know, it's like I was witnessing the second coming of Christ when I saw the Google setup. You know, it's you'll hear the tone of my voice. I make it very clear if you're in the streams, if I do it on a stream. But I also try to emphasize that in my post if I happen to like it a lot more. So if I put a lot more detail into it, I probably like it a lot more. You know, stuff like that. But I try to make that very clear. But yeah, these picks this week are kind of mid compared to the last few weeks, honestly. But some of them are still lining up with good parameters. They're just not getting good follow through. Like today's, the two that we cut, honestly had very good reasoning on why they didn't work. When we saw the opening price, of course. So I'm like, we lost him, but I honestly wasn't that mad about it. And then we scalped, destroyed our losses, so that was pretty fucking cool. In the first stream today, we scalped. I scalped one myself, and then I called out the second, but I didn't want to double dip because I'm not really a big double dipper on the charts right now. I haven't been. It's just a bad habit, I think. I think you should work to, like, make your runners go farther, or even just your final contract, rather than, let me get in, let me get out, let me get in, let me get out, let me get in, let me get out. Like, it just doesn't feel right. Yeah, how is Open doing? Oh my god, Open's candle went green. Whoa, what the fuck? And yeah, just to remind everybody, we did post Open and Bank of America. I think I probably like Open 10 times more than Bank of America, even before this pump here. And nice, Woots is still posting some stuff too. So you got a lot of people posting stuff too. Like I'm posting stuff. You got Woots, Kevo. There's probably like 5 other people I'm not thinking of about on Trade Floor posting like genuine, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing that. And then you go to Lifetime and you got Username just completely putting the weight of the market on his shoulders and repping it like it's nothing. No problem, man. I didn't even mean for this stream to go this long. I was supposed to end it like 20 minutes ago. But I'm happy to have done this. Guys, real quick though, go into the Discord. I'm going to do the polls message real quick. Why is my screen all weird? Oh. But yeah, go in here. Let us know how your day was in polls. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you guys again. If you guys learned anything, cool. Very happy to have you here. Appreciate all the conversations, interactions, stuff like that. Breakdowns. I can't wait to find more plays, honestly. Like some better charts that I actually find like heavy enthusiasm behind the plays and the basic analysis of it. Can't wait to find more of those. But I'll see you guys later on. Thank you again for the double stream. Almost a full day stream just about. But yeah, see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day. And let me know in the chat how everything is. If you guys have any other charts to post, go in the post charts. If you have any results of any trades you took today, please go post them. And yeah, good stuff like that. Have a good rest of your day.